The gray hands seem to care what people think about them. The elder also said low places are dangerous. The city is high up like my village. Maybe it is safer. It's hard to imagine something new, a new way of living, but they're trying. There seems to be suspicion about the real condition of the dam and why it's being taken down. The process of taking people out of the valley was also a kind of ritual, a way of bridging one life to another. They know the world they're leaving. The next one hasn't been created yet.
Oh, thank God someone is still down there. I've been trying to get a hold of someone for hours. Oh, thank you. I forgot the day zero materials. You know, the visual literature, the warm bath of ideas. I left it at the dig site. It should be sitting on a barrel with a fruit sticker on it. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to do the secret password. I don't even know who you are. Is it too late now, you think? Okay. What day is the day after tomorrow? Phew, okay. I did figure you'd be... Sorry, I didn't recognize your voice. Hard to keep track of. What else was I going to say? There was vandalism on a few of the posters. Bad stuff. I put them in the trash. Keep an eye out for more. Anyways, thanks for answering. The day zero material is in the dig site. Pretty sure. It should be sitting on a barrel that has a fruit sticker on it. You know, I was going to say, but the flood will destroy it anyway. So actually, I was worried for nothing. Everything is lost in a flood. God, we really know what we're doing. I'm excited for this all to be over. I'm excited for this all to begin. Bye-bye now.
I've never drank cow's milk, let alone some kind of frozen version. Is that your name on your collar? Let's see, you are Madrigal. The sound of this bell has a lot of character. These people had to leave so much behind.
Wow, we got a big show today.
Huge show.
Breaking news. The Greyhands have died.
We're being reborn, baby.
And we're taking suggestions for our new name.
Live on the air suggestions from the rank and file.
You don't even need to be a Greyhand to suggest a name.
True, true.
The number to call is 0019. That is 0019. First caller, hit us with a name.
Hi, yeah. I was thinking the bricklayers.
Okay. Bricklayers.
Laying some bricks. Well, yeah, thanks for the suggestion.
We'll be taking them all afternoon, so keep them coming.
That number again is 0019. You're listening to Greyhand Radio. We are broadcasting live from Greyhand HQ.
And we're gonna take a little break.
If the Greyhands are changing their name, you'd know them as something else. The artist has depicted the Greyhands as a child. They don't have faith in their capabilities, but see them as innocent? Cows from all over the world came here to compete in cow stuff? The golden season seems like such a different world. And you are Mata. Compared to my village, they lived in the open here. They lived on the land itself. I hope in the future, at least some people are still living like that. I wish Pate could call this hotline to talk about his heavy dream. Looks like there's no one around anymore to enforce this. I found a dig site that is fenced off from view. What were they doing here? A gray hand said he left his materials behind. It should be somewhere around here. They look relieved to have finished their work. There's a big tree with a researcher's notebook inside it somewhere. This is the kind of brain trouble my mom warned me about. The work at the dig site has something to do with Day Zero. Memories and emotions condensed into a mineral. I wonder what this channel is for. They must have already shipped out all the harpic they need. I wonder what's on this reel. What is Day Zero? Maybe I can find out more about it. They dug up all that harpic in order to conduct some sort of prayer on Day Zero.
I've recreated the same setup as the prayer statues right here in my workshop. I set up a singing bowl so I can verify the pattern that will form in the water. And some harpic, of course. Each god seems to correspond to a resonating frequency. And when this vibration acts on the harpic, we get the psychoactive response. Going to give it a try here.
watching my dad make shadow puppets on the wall. Felt strange because I could see how it was done. I could see the trick of it, but it still felt kind of magical.
It worked. I do feel the more I do this, the more tired, and it feels like it takes me longer to return to the present. But now I have some control. I face the question of how this mineral affects the soil. I still have a lot of work to do. That's all for today.
A mineral that can affect the mind. The memories of the owner now turned into a beautiful mineral.
The necessity of day zero is not just psychological, it's ecological. Because there is a compounding effect to these minerals and their psychological effect. And we see this in Tiang Valley. There is a memory and a memory of a memory and a memory of a memory of a memory. This echo effect, this recursive nature is the problem. As this cycles through the ecosystem, it creates points of pressure where things bleed, and soil and human minds are contaminated. Some will say, what's a few daytime visions? But it is an increasing risk, an increasing danger. Left alone, the haunted quality of this season will only get worse. The necessity of day zero is also to This particular action will neutralize this phenomenon at its source. This is not an endless cycle. We are putting an end to this psychoactive material, and we are opening up space for something new.
How do they plan to remove the haunted quality of this season?
The necessity of day zero is not just psychological.
There are a lot of these signs. They must really want to keep people out of this area. These slips are prayers to this god for forgetting things. People prayed here. Who did they pray to? In Cairo, we have a statue to remember Dr. Fumio. But this statue is meant to be worshipped. Fabric negotiates with wind and gravity. The end result is flight. When I cobble together my own religion, this will be a god. The Grey Hands have a lot of this stuff now, for better or for worse. The bird stole a small trinket. I left the bird its prize, but maybe I can learn more about the locket. The tree looks healthy. The ritual must have worked. A piece of car, severed, dangling. As a warning to others? I feel the slow chaos of life in its branches. A tree dies on the same spot it was born.
Oh, no, no, no! You said we had until midnight. I'm not ready to leave. Look at all this. Wait a minute. A cute outfit, a bicycle. You're not a greyhound. What a relief. I just assumed because who else would be... What are you doing here? You're really cutting it close. I guess I'm doing research here on the lawn. I'm studying my own life. Welcome to Tiang Valley. You should have been here a week ago when the evacuation started. Almost everyone is gone now. My son and I are still here. There's a few old people left too. You might come across them. Hopefully everyone will leave the valley tonight. We're going to live in the city, in a little apartment. Look! See how they put the dimensions on the back? I recreated our future apartment here, on the lawn. This is the space we have to work with. I'm trying to really imagine what it'll be like. We're going from a big farm to one room. And we need to be packed by tonight. I already packed for myself and my son, but my husband Yuri is a little harder to pack for because he passed away recently. And I can't bring all his things. It's not realistic. His stuff is still... it's all here. It's okay. You said you're here to study the valley. My Yuri was doing the same thing. We can do this. Just need to decide. Yuri learned to paint from our neighbor, Matiora. He painted all three of these. This is a self-portrait he did. Kind of intense, right? He was more handsome than that. I wish he could have seen himself the way I saw him, you know? He was really lovely. Just occasional dark moods from his work. This is his portrait of me. We got into a fight over it. What's that supposed to mean? You just splatter some paint on the canvas and put my name on it? He said it was my essence. I don't know. Do you think it looks like me? He painted this for Kochi. Some kind of private joke between the two of them. I don't get it. They were both interested in the war and how it ended. I'm not. I just pray nothing like that will ever happen again. Which painting should I take with me? Yes, you're right. Himself from his own eyes, something I could never see without this painting. Our old cart broke. I overloaded it. So I had to use the wheels of his bicycle. Now he's so mad he won't say a word. I've packed my essential clothes. I don't know what to do with these. This was Yuri's best suit. Maybe when Kochi grows up, it'll fit him. That's a long time away, though. My island dress. I made this for our trip to the islands, the trip we never took. It was based on a photo of a seaside Azan dance. The hours I spent on this. These are some of Yuri's clothes from when he was a kid. I thought Kochi could wear them, but he says they're itchy. So what's the use? But to throw them away, he was a little boy. He would put these clothes. He grew up. Oh, God, this hurts a little. Okay. Yes, they seem so precious. I don't know. I should keep these. All right, this is going well. But I feel like I'm forgetting something. Or someone. The demon of shame and mourning. How could I have forgotten? Now, where did I put him? We need to bring the demon of shame and mourning. When someone dies and you're in mourning, you're supposed to keep the demon in sight at all times. He's supposed to remind you of your regrets. It's a religious thing. These are Yuri's books. They're pretty heavy. This is an old religious book, The Prism of Yesterday. He didn't like to talk about his faith. I haven't read it much. Maybe there's a part of him in these pages. A part I never understood, that I could still glimpse. Maybe he would want me to keep this one. But I don't know. It just doesn't mean much to me. Yuri found this old tourist guide to the valley before we moved here. He was so excited. But this guide is really out of date. It's from way before the war. There's something optimistic about the colors they used. Yuri really wanted to take a trip to the archipelago together. We prepared for it a lot. Even taught ourselves a bit of the language from this book, but we never made the trip. It was always going to be soon, but it seems like the kind of thing no one does anymore. Which should I take with me? That's true. Maybe someday I could teach Kochi to speak it. I suppose I'll be leaving the other two behind. I know they're heavy, but would you want to take one with you? Oh yeah, you're the last Tiang Valley tourist. You deserve it. Let's see how this is going so far. We'll remember Yuri's dream of going to the islands. Yuri's clothes, from him when he was a kid. I'll remember how Yuri saw himself. I think we're almost there. Let's just look a little more. My husband built these tools to study the valley. They were his life's work, and they took his life away. So what do I do with them? You can't buy tools like these. He made them. My husband didn't insult God, but maybe he stepped on his toe, and his life went out of him. The truth is, I'm relieved to leave this place. Tiang Valley is not some preserved jar of, I don't. It's chaos. It's life. It's constantly changing. They might be incredibly valuable to a scientist on the other side of the world. I don't know. I also hate them. I get you're a curious soul, but I forbid you from using them. I don't care, but he did. He gave his life trying to understand this world. I can't keep these tools, and I can't throw them away. There's even more of them, bigger ones, out at his work shed. Okay, I'm gonna turn away now. I want you to take them or throw them away. I don't want to know. I went through all our old photos, trying to see what I might be forgetting. I love that view. Have you been up there? By the entrance to the shrine? The entrance is bigger than the shrine itself, just across the river and up the hill. It's worth visiting. The doors to the shrine open when the sun goes down. The monk is still in there. I hope he'll evacuate. That's Matiora. She lives east of here, out in the woods by the river. She said she'll evacuate, but she's still here. It makes me nervous, but I can't complain. We're still here too. We got married in the suburbs of Tiang and had Kochi right here in the valley. He was a quiet person, a listener. He thought if he listened closely, he could heal the valley. We'll have to leave him behind. No choice on that. The past is such a heavy dream, and I never remember my dreams. But when I wake up, there's a cloud of feelings the dream left behind. Then the day begins. I move around, and that trace, I wonder if our memories of the valley will drift away like that. Someday Kochi will be as old as his father was when he died. What will he remember? All right, this is it. I killed him. The demon of shame and mourning. What was I thinking bringing it along? What an awful tradition. Kochi, do you still want to take a final tour of the valley? Let's get those wheels back where they belong. I know what I'll carry with me. It's something I couldn't leave behind if it couldn't be crushed, like the demon. It's too many layers. I'll carry the part of me that's gone. But there's so much life left. Flowers grow along its edge, something like that. I'm glad you came to Tiang Valley today. Thank you for being... I didn't realize how much I needed a stranger's ear. Now, there's no rush. But as you try to wrap your mind around this place, feel free to come ask me questions. I'll be right here until night comes.
We build our lives out of what we leave behind as much as from what we carry with us.
I love sounds and music. If you have anything you recorded to play me.
She has been through a lot, and now we'll have to start all over again.
These cranks. Somebody bred tons of goats during the golden season because they used to annoy the tourists. But it got out of control. We had to cull the herd. The birds around here are thieves. I don't know. They steal everything, especially shine. One time, a bird landed on a cake I made for Coach. Just landed straight in it. Didn't even eat any.
I had an uncle who collected tools that were so old nobody knows what they were used for.
Do you want to go on a sightseeing tour? The next tour leaves in, now based saying you get the thing. Follow me. This is my tree. Since we can't bring it to the city, I don't care what we bring. I love the tree, and Dad cured it. That's what he did. All this purple stuff in the valley that makes you feel funny? See? This used to be purple. And Dad made the dangerous part go away. He wanted to make it so all... I know there are plants underwater. Can a tree become an underwater tree? This one can't die. It's been through too much. Let's go. Let's go. We had a picnic here a long time ago. I can't remember it, but I've seen an old picture. Can you take a new picture? And I'll sit like Dad does in the old one I saw.
He is a great kid.
Mom disappeared one time. Took me a while to find her. She was sitting right here, and she was sad. I got one of her tears on my finger, and I flicked it into the water. And I said, flow, 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 until it didn't stop. Made her feel better. Now I say it. I say it when everything is moving, but we don't want to move. Come on. Let's go. His name is Renee. I asked him how he ended up sleeping here. Renee said they were in the valley because they were so hungry. And then there was light everywhere. And they fell asleep forever. They should be old men now. But they couldn't get older if they tried. One time, I saw the monk out here cleaning. It was so funny. He looked like he hated doing it. I'm not supposed to touch the soldiers, but I let Frenay borrow my pig. I need it back now. Let's go.
This must be Kochi's drawing.
Let's go. I wanted to see the water come up from here, to see it crash. I thought the flood would clean everything, but Mom said a flood is dirty. That makes no sense. I asked if we could stay and watch, but Mom said we need to get a ride to the city. That's our house. You're good. Come on. Let's go. Mom wasn't there when he passed away. I was there. Dad had his eyes closed, but he was making a face, so I asked him what he was looking at. He said he was looking at me, and I was all grown up. He saw me climbing up a hill in the sun. Then he said his memories were falling to the soil, and he had to go with them. He didn't want to go. He squeezed my hand, and it hurt, but I didn't mind. Can we wait here a while, just to see if something will happen?
I met a boy who lost his father just like I did. It's something I don't talk about much. I've been recording everything for you, but this feels private. I'm not sure if I want to share this with the future. I was about your age when I lost my dad. Growing up, everyone said I took after him. I didn't know what it meant exactly, but I felt proud. He fell while climbing a mountain. The other climbers looked for him. He really tried. A friend of his almost fell. Maybe the search was called off. But my search kept going. I couldn't understand where he went. Every morning when I woke up, I thought he'd be back. Couldn't he come back just as easily as he disappeared? I was embarrassed to look for him. But I thought about impossibly small places. Like in the air of my breath. It was silly. At the same time I was growing up. I was changing all the time. Every night I would go to sleep and wake up a little different than the day before. And I realized my dad had and don't wake up, where you never change. They must be waiting in the place we all were before our memories began.
You're still here. The tour's over. That's your prize, okay? I have to go home now. I'll see you someday later today.
Kochi collected objects around the valley and laid them to rest at his father's grave. I've collected memories. Where will they be laid to rest? The museum vault? The people here weren't ready for a war. All my life I've heard solemn references to the war. It never reached our village, but it touched the lives of our grandparents. What happened here in the valley, and how did it end? I'm looking at a memorial to the lost, the killed, and the maimed. We are so lucky the war never came to Cairo village. All this will be washed away. This machine fueled countless tourists motoring into the valley. Supply lines must have been cut off when the war started. I don't know what it's like to be that hungry. The elder showed me this symbol. The soldiers are from the prismatic grounds. They believe a prayer put the soldiers to sleep. Is that possible? Is she still waiting? The scale of the old world grew beyond human proportion, maybe beyond human feeling. The parking lot will never die.
I think Matiora is still around. She's an old artist who lives out in the woods. You could pay her a visit.
The text is barely legible. 3 aphorisms from the young. None should see the face of love and live. It looks like a set of aphorisms. Now to find the rest.
He's not for sale. Not because he's special to me, but because he is trash. A crazy woman made this junk. An artist. I buried her a long time ago. I'm surrounded by it, but my eyes, I can only see here. Can you bring me photos of my art? I'd like to see my work one more time. I want to see how I wasted my life.
What a cheap-looking contraption. I'm not sure what to think about this. I'm not sure what to think about this.
What do you think of it? Wrong. Awful. Form, color, subject. That was me trying to play to the crowd, to be charmed. I should have grown At least the flood will take... I never truly inspired. Did I really fail? Let's see another. Completely off. I thought if I stood out that God, all I did was toil my fingers to pieces. I wanted to that's all. It's just junk. Enough about my... Let me see what else you've got in that journal. My trash all on a page together, like a real art exhibit. One day, you could add my name, Mitziora. They might as well know who to blame. A museum, every artist dreams of their work hanging on its walls. Oh my God. You'll try to go there? It's so far. It'll drain your life away trying to reach it. That is undeniably true. Your journal might end up... Oh, that would redeem everything. Every wasted... When a dream crawls back out of your throat, but I can do better than those little statues. I can, if you help me. This art will memorialize, and we'll finish it together. Cheng Valley has many themes, characters, errors. Take a look through this junk, and we'll pick a face to show Cheng. You do that while I make some tea.
A home isolated from the rest of the valley. I've had my first experience of loneliness on this trip. I can't imagine a lifetime's worth.
You seem lost. We are here to choose a theme for our artwork. You can see through the clutter. I have looked at all this for far too long. There are no mistakes, only wayward and... Just pick the face, facet of Cheng Valley that calls out to you.
I'm not sure what to think about this.
What is this? That's just trash. You want our piece to be about trash?
What a cheap-looking contraption. I'm not sure what to think about this.
Factory rejects. The valley could only afford... We were wary of modern convenience. Not made by hand, and not made by God either.
This instrument is so beat up, but lovingly preserved. It must have played some important tunes.
Oh, you've brought me, man. He was a wonderful singer. He collected stories, games, and you remind me of him. He died of a heart attack on a stage in a foreign. It was a brief and powerful feeling to share the love of. Without him around, we have less in common. Even I loved him too. Do you want this to be our theme? Very good. And the tea is ready. In the past, I tried to control. This time, let's follow. What magic might be hiding in this day, which will pass and never return. This tea is good for the throat. makes me want to sing. Chubaleni husanota, chubaleni husabe, chubaleni husanota, krimosanahi. Pleminutu sa canora, pleminuno sa petu, pleminuno caserota, manano mase. Dudua ui anota, dudua uni ano, dudua uni anota, enimunahi. That was it. That was Ching Valley. I thought we would capture Ching Valley, but we captured it in a moment instead. A moment can never hang on, but you will still carry it with you. You were the co-author of this moment. I would never have found it without you. I'll rest these weary knees, but you're welcome to bring me in as long as you bring them close enough for me. I'll tell you what I know. There's only a little bit of today left, and then the city, the flood, the lights, the next season. Oh, you'd never believe it. That locket was a gift. Yes, the famous. We were both artists. We admired each other's. The golden season wouldn't have been so golden without him. Ha! All right.
Latiora is a true artist.
Well, you should be sure when the sun is down, the gate will open. I wish I could show you around, but maybe you can bring them. You could show me photographs, and I'll rummage around in my mind for any gems. What do I know compared to what? I know that man Yori saved it from a net. I know the boy plays around there. Some human. I don't know anything. Dear widow, haunted child, they've been through too much, and when I wander their fields at night, it was the only boy brings me a look. I read his palm again and again.
Night has fallen. The doors to the shrine must be open now. I knew once I went into the shrine, my time to explore the valley was over. It has wheels, but it looks like a house.
Who are you? What are you doing here? I hope this isn't your first day on the job. There isn't much season left to record. What's that? around your neck. That's a pendant. You're wearing a pendant. My God, I've read about those. A pendant, a burner, 5 memories, 1 for each sense. Who did you make the pendant with? And who lost the memories, you or her? I see. And what was something you burned? You burned dried flowers and a memory. Interesting, Rex. Similar to what we do here, but different. Yeah, why do I? Your mind will make it into you're protected by 5 senses, 5 lost memories. What about everyone else? You ever think about that? Well, I don't need one. I'll be right here until the flood takes me. I told you I read about them. Look at you, protected. The rest of the world is not so lucky. Me, the people you've met on your way here, nobody else is protected. You think everyone makes it into a new season intact? Tell that to the boys face down in the parking lot. You know things are about to change. I can tell. A collective pendant to protect a group instead of one person. You're welcome to try. My memories are all over them. You can have them, destroy them, whatever you want. Asking an old monk to invent a new ritual. Let me die in peace. That old doll. What is that? Touch? Everybody had that doll. You'll want a memory for. A collective pendant? Ah, a child left this doll. Is that enough? I guess I won't forget it now. I'll forget it when the flood comes.
An old monk surrounded by his memories. Is this a shrine to a god? Or is it a shrine to his past?
My name is Easel. I was the last. I never finished my exams to be a monk, but I'm the only one left. I took becoming a monk for granted, because if you're including a ruin like me, you must be serious about what will you write about me? That's true, but I was once a scared. I was orphan. The monks found me on the coast, wandering alone. Sonia, the head monk, I saw things I shouldn't. She helped me erase those memories. If I had any memories of my family, I lost, but at least I didn't wake up screaming anymore. I was so afraid of accidentally calling her Mom. She was the head monk, even before she ended the war. Sonia, I slept, I forgot, and I grew. The soldiers came to the valley. Sonia hated the war for taking my family, like it took. The most powerful prayers are always made out of desperation. She figured out how to amplify our prayer that could end a season. No one had ever done anything like that. She sent me to the coast to turn on the light posts, to signal that the season would end soon. I used to go to the light posts alone, just to dream about another season, to dream about being born in another season, to imagine a life where I wasn't afraid to have hope. I'd like you to have one of these photos, to carry it with you to wherever you're going. These lights out on the coast, it's a solemn task to turn them on, and it's not too late. They've shut off the power. Won't be long now. Imagine the waves. The water is so deep that light won't reach us. I should pray one last. We should both pray. Right now. Your pendant, the sacrifice your mother made to keep you safe. It might be possible to pass on this, to divide its power among the people to shepherd them into the next season. For a truly strong player, we would need to use up the power of your pendant. I'm not sure it would work, but I know it would weaken your pendant. In that case, nobody would be protected. Before you light the candle, I want you to think hard about if you want to pass on this blessing, or will you continue your role as a vessel of memory? I can feel the memory, senses. I have not prayed with any great purpose, and let's set our minds to it. Pray with me. We sink these words into the fragile earth to accompany lost souls. Listen to the record of our lives spinning, and the old woman tapping her foot to the music. Taste the fruit we stole from the orchard, and pretend to love the taste until you truly do. Feel the fabric of a lost doll. Smell the incense of an old evening sun, the caretaker prayer, the scent of the woods and the wedding tree. Turn your eyes to the colored lights. The faces in the crowd are the faces of your children. We offer this prayer on behalf of our companions. Let them find themselves with senses warm and ready for the life of the season to come. You have the sounds of the moment. The moment is already past. We've done all we can. I need to take you out of this place. It can't end here. Let's go.
I never saw him that way. I was there. I saw it. Firsthand.
The true end of the Tiang Valley was not the flood coming. It was when these people would go their separate ways. At the last possible moment, I saw them as a community. Without the protection of my pendant, I felt even closer to them. Whatever happens, we're all in it together. The gray hand arrived. He had what he called passports for everyone. He said they were supposed to have a photo, but that his camera was broken and he wanted to use mine. I saw in these little papers the beginning of a new world. He asked me if I could help him. I had only one moment to decide. I said, yes. The gray hand thanked me. He gave me a pin and told me their new name would be Floral Path. The monk said he felt like driving all night.
Listen closely. The road behind you leads to the coast. There's an old warning system on the beach, an emergency light that can be seen from the other side of the ocean. You can warn the rest of the world about the change of season. All you have to do is turn it on. It was built to survive anything, I'm sure it's... Do you understand? I've been thinking. I have this for every and you will survive. Rest transparent. Farewell.
ship is massive. I guess that's why they were described as floating nations. On the beach, I move through the wreckage of an old season, and a way to warn the world about the arrival of the next. The cycle will continue. I hope I played my role well.
Hello. I love your ice cream. No problems. What this do? For people. You turn them on? Aha! I think wrong. It's not for my village. I draw the life. You? Safe village. So. It's weird, no? I have weird. Public lizard. For everyone. No. Haha. I say I live home. My mother, no. Your mother? Ah, sad morning I leave. I go far, far? Alone. I leave home. Ah, good. Amesta kaikel abe amamola. Noste Camila ek ohak. Nestelefo ak I mestast. Look at I see. I like it. I draw. What you like? No, and sound. To play sound. You play sound.
heard a lot of music on my trip, but never saw anybody play. Just instruments, recordings,
Good.
echoes.
3 days together. How'd that I go? Now, we are same.
The lights sent out a warning to the other side of the world. I wondered if anyone was watching. I wondered if anyone remembers what it means. This season is over. My new friend is sailing home in the morning. I've decided to go with him. I feel so scared and so relieved at the same time. I can't think straight. Before sailing into the unknown, I checked in on my journal, my letter to the future. Blinding light, and a strange pattern disappeared off the surface of the water. My mind emptied out. But then my senses came alive. I smelled the ocean air, felt the boat rocking, heard the waves rolling, saw someone else was with me. I detected the world for the first time. I was overwhelmed by its beauty and a feeling of possibility. Then I found this journal and I read carefully through each page. It says, "Here is my home, my mom, my friends." I didn't recognize any of them, and the loss hit me. I became aware of a massive absence. And I realized that if it wasn't for this journal, I wouldn't even know I lost anything at all. These pages are a little bridge between us and the world that just disappeared. And I put them together, so that must be who I am. Someone who left their home to take measure of the world before it changed. Here's a record of the people I met along the way, moments from their lives at the end of this era. It seems to have been a season where our minds wandered through memories and dreams of the past. I'll continue taking measure of the world, even if I never make it to a palace of art and memory. No matter where you're reading this, I offer you my journal and the lives inside it. If anything in here escapes from the page into the world, let it be one sentence. Just a few words you heard from a traveler on a bicycle. When at the end of the evening, she turned to you and said, "It is not too late."
How to leave home for my daughter. Find a sacred square of earth. Lay down so you have the dirt at your back. Close your eyes. Close everything. Do you see for yourself? You see for the dead, for the unborn. Do you listen for yourself? You listen for the dead, for the unborn. Your ancestors are in that dirt. All the living and all the dead are holding you up. Now, stand. They're still there, aren't they? It's time to move, to entangle yourself everywhere with everyone. So the next time you lay down in the dirt, you will have so much more to tell them.